Casting time. Today I have a 2v2 match for you, and I think it's going to be very good. It's a high-level game with very good players. We are going to kick off with the top team, which is team... Oh, we got weird teams. Yeah, bottom team is team 1. Oh, it's left versus right. Okay, so... Warbringer is our orange Masari. Purified is his red Novus. Doctor is the yellow Hierarchy, and Yuno is on the blue Masari. And we're playing on Lytham, which is a modified version of Congo, which doesn't have rain. This is a left versus right game, and despite what this board says, I'm going to call the left-hand team Team 1 and the right-hand team Team 2. We have a Habwalker coming out from Doctor. Capturables are absolutely vital on this map. There's a lot of them, and based on just the spawning alone, Novus does better with capturables than Hierarchy. Just by design, they don't have to build a rubbish walker to do so. They can just go for a casual robotic assembly. They get a lot of utility. And of course, Masari loves the capturables. I expect both Masari players to go for the fusion reactor, because there is a bug with the fusion reactor. When Masari capture it, they gain money as if they had a fuel pump. That's fine, that's the intention. When you capture it, you get plus 100 maximum resource cap, and if you lose control, even by destruction or someone else capturing, you will keep the 100 extra resource cap. So this becomes a very good structure for Masari. Warbringer is going wide on matter engines. He is against Hierarchy, this makes sense, although he is prone to Conqueror crushing. Yuno is, of course, going a little bit anti-Mirabelle, interestingly. I don't know if we're going to be seeing Mirabelle. Purified's already got own bots on the move, capturing things, and Doctor's got a Habitat Walker on the move, ready for captures. Now, Team 1 will have the advantage in the capture game because of own bots. Doctor's already running a Walker up to his allied base in order to defend him. And we're not seeing many Reapers yet. We have one. Doctor. Doctor. These are slow Reapers. Warbringer's gone for 3 matter engines into the Machina. Pretty standard. Meanwhile, Purified looks like he's going for a standard Mirabelle rush, and he stopped off for the own bots. He's building a vehicle assembly now, so we might be seeing the skip on Mirabelle entirely, which is very risky when you're close spawned to a Hierarchy. I don't know why Doctor's not building more Reapers. I think this Habwalker set him back too much. And Purified's already dominating the capture game. Laser turrets are just very, very nice. Warbringer is going to capture this laser turret, which is nice, and Yuno is a bit behind in terms of capturing. It's entirely possible that he's resigned himself and his team to Purified getting all the capturables. We are getting the Mirabelle, so it's a bit of a delayed Mirabelle, but in order to get this much map control, this is entirely justified. And it's radiation on Doctor. Interesting. So he's already teched the radiation. That's a little bit early. I'm not sure what he could be going for with that. Oh, I didn't select my team properly. I should have been on Warbringer's team so I could see Figment's or Yuno's. My mistake. My apologies. I should have been on Team 1, actually, so that I could see flow conduits. My bad. Always forget. Not a good habit. Yeah, with this much map control, I don't know what this team's supposed to do. The radiation is probably already called out by... Wait. Is Doctor going for a brute rush? We were just talking about it, and I have a feeling he is actually going to go for a brute rush. Dark Masari genuinely struggles with brute rush, more so than Light Masari. I'm honestly kind of surprised we're not seeing Sky Sari come out from Warbringer. We have an early Oracle as well, that's interesting. Figment is out. And if Doctor doesn't succeed with his rush, he's just going to have no eco. We all know how much Novus just booms with their eco. Mirabelle's on the move, looking for the Habwalker she knew was around. She might stop off for this Reaper drone instead. I struggle to see how Doctor doesn't just die to Mirabelle. Unless Yuno has pumped a bunch of figments. He's currently in light mode for some reason. Warbringer with the counter-architect harassment. Where's Mirabelle? Mirabelle didn't find her target. We have cost optimizers out on the Habwalker. So we're going to see some grunts here, I think. And grunts are just going to die to laser turrets. Variant rush coming in from Purified. This is interesting. I'm not sure why he's gone for variants. But it's going to deal... And Doctor immediately sells the Glyph Carvers. Pretty smart. Warbringer does not have much defenses, and he's already teching Knowledge Vault, so he's not going to be able to defend very well from this Habwalker. And no one's captured the fusion reactor. Why are the Masari players not going for this? Figment on Figment action. No one's really getting the upper hand. It's kind of just a bit of a trade. Two variants are shredding this arrival site pretty quickly. That's not slow at all for how cheap this is. Doctor's just so far behind. I don't know what he's going to do. He's going to lose his arrival site to two variants. Mirabelle's finally just said, okay, I'm just going to beat up a Reaper drone. I'm not finding anything else. Pop. On Yuno's side, we have a later tech up to the Knowledge Vault than Warbringer. Looks like he has a little bit more eco, though. We see 5 matter engines? No, I see 5 matter engines. Warbringer is operating on 3 matter engines, so Yuno is superior in terms of economy currently. We have matter engine upgrade coming in for Warbringer, with the 4th being built now. Yuno does not have any upgraded matter engines yet, so Yuno's going to pull ahead in terms of economy. God, these variants, just 700 money, and Hierarchy just struggles so much to deal with this. Brute pod? Radiator artillery with brutes. Yeah, this is what I was thinking. Because we were just talking about it. Oh, rocket barrage! He didn't get the double Reaper hit. But that's fine. Big damage on that Reaper. And yeah, very nice. Weakens it on her way out and leaves the variant to finish it. Very smart. And this Habitat Walker, they must know it's on its way. They must know. Yuno is attacking ahead of time to soften up Warbringer. Oh, the light mines! Oh, that's nasty. The light mines do a fair amount of damage. Not masses, but it's pretty decent. And when you're hitting that many things, it gets very efficient. And the purpose of this isn't to actually achieve much, it's to soften Warbringer up for this Habitat Walker. And this is the all-in play. They want this Habwalker to win the game. Purified's already expanded northward, and we are looking at potentially a building upgrade. Can't tell. Antimatter tanks? Yeah, antimatter tanks. The laser turret will scout this Habwalker. Arrival site is finally going down, and if Doctor's Habwalker dies, it's just game over. It's just game over. This attack has to be so successful. If he doesn't, then it'll basically just be a 2v1. Habwalker's just sitting there. What's the plan? Yuno's mass upgrading matter engines. Warbringer's in light mode now. And he's... Oh, he's going for... Oh, I like it. Okay. So he's just gotten the Knowledge Vault upgrade once. And then he's going for a tech switch, going into Sky Sari. Because they know that Doc's lost his arrival site. They know there's not much he can do. And the Sky Sari will roll over whatever Doc's got that's left. It's so nice. And he's just going to get like 10 Inquisitors and roll over everything. It's so absurd that this Habwalker's just allowed to sit there. What's it doing? Okay, now it's moving. I'm focusing on this because this is what will decide the game. If this succeeds, then Yuno and Doctor have a chance. If it fails, that's it. We have Spectrum Cycle on Purified. This is excellent for Figments. And we have Mass Light Conquerors coming in from Warbringer. And that might tip them off that Warbringer now has Sky. And yeah, now the Habwalker gets spotted, and the Inquisitor is just going to ruin its day. This will not be even vaguely successful. Yuno switches to light as well, but he's got no flight machina. He's just trying to match the raw damage of Warbringer. Radiator Artillery goes down, and that's a lot of damage. It's genuinely quite powerful, but... Oh, light mines, okay. It's nothing. It's game over. Doctor's got absolutely nothing. Ownbot actually scouted this Reaper drone, that's funny. Yeah, this Habwalker will not reach this base. It just won't. Even if it does, it'll just die on a matter engine at best. Forfeit. Game over. Yeah, Doctor went for it. I respect the effort, but... there was nothing. It's not a great hierarchy map, and it's not a great strategy. I think he was kind of memeing it up. Let's see what the players have to say. Rip.
Yeah, it was just a shit show from the beginning. I messed up my build orders completely. I had a plan of what I wanted to do, but I couldn't accomplish it.
Yeah, you built the Habwalker a bit too early, I think. And that kind of set you back on Reapers.
I am surprised I lost track of that walker.
I'm surprised as well. That Walker got so much further than it really should have, honestly. I did call out the Brute Rush, by the way, Doc. I actually called it out. I had a feeling you were going for it.
Killed other stuff anyway.
Can we get...
For starters, I didn't realize I built one more with cover than I thought I
How
was.
did Carver get there without us noticing?
Carver didn't get there. The Walker walked the entire way. Can we get a game 2?
Purified 01 said, yay.
Game 2. There was a short discussion beforehand if we were allowing Mirabelle crushing, and the vote was that Mirabelle crushing would stay, and as a result, Warbringer chose to not play Masari. We have... oh, okay, so we've got Hierarchy Novus against Double Hierarchy. I must admit, I find it really hard to read the dark blue on that black. So in the top left, we have Purified as our red hierarchy, teaming up with Warbringer on the orange hierarchy. We have Doctor on the yellow hierarchy, and of course, finally, Yuno on the dark blue Novus. Now, inherently, Novus hierarchy has an advantage over double hierarchy, but with double hierarchy, one walker, just the one slipping through is all it takes, and game is over. So I think the onus is on this team to execute, but if they do execute, they should always win, if that makes sense. But it's a really big ask. Let's see if the players can perform it. This means that top team is going to get the better share of the instance. They have double the amount of Reapers to hunt for them, so Doctor will be behind in that regard. Bottom right spawn, is quite good for Novus. There's a big chunk of resources here, and it is a valid strat for Hierarchy to just crush this building so that Novus doesn't get that easy, quick money. Because then they're forced to fly all the way over to here, which is a massive, massive distance. We have the Assembly Walker coming down very defensively from Warbringer. He already said in the chat, as we saw, that he's going to go for phase tanks, and Purified wants to go for saucers. So we're going to have a combined phase tank saucer approach. Double production walkers. Bit harder for Mirabelle to scout out as well. We have a Blade Trooper rushing coming out from Yuno. This is interesting. Blade Troopers against Hierarchy are a double-edged sword. They do nothing to Walker crowns, but they are excellent at harassment. You find a Reaper, you click that clone button, you don't even need to stay there. You just black out, clones, run away, and the clones will deal with it. So, Yuno is going heavy on harassment, and he's going to rely on Doc to defend him, maybe? Not sure. Ownbots are already out, and this glyph might end up getting sniped, and Warbringer, having had experience of this, sells the glyph. So his first Walker glyph is delayed, and it would have been not sniped. I don't think one Ownbot explosion would be enough to cancel the glyph, but there were more Ownbots, of course, so... Purified's Walker will land. And Doc is not yet making a a Walker of any kind. Yuno's desperately scouting for the glyph, but Warbringer has just changed his strategy entirely. He's actually building the Walker down here now, and instead he is building Reapers here. Warbringer's called out the Ohm Rush. Ohms are quite nice, because not only do they scout for the glyphs, and not only can he get the capturables, well, that's big damage on the Reaper glyph. That Reaper spawns at 45%, that's rough. But you can use them against the saucers, and you can use them to suicide on top of a Reaper drone. I want to see Yuno capture these materials factories. And I wanted to see this Reaper drone get bullied by this Reaper. Like, it would have been dead. It was already at half health, but there you go. So we have a Defiler production Walker from Purified this time. He changed his strat to Defilers. That does quite well against the Ownbots, so it's maybe just a change of strategy, especially since Warbringer's Walker was cancelled. So Warbringer might just go for the Saucer production instead of the phase tanks, but I doubt it. Warbringer swears by phase tanks, and with good reason. They're bloody good units. Blade Troopers are out, revealing that there are going to be Blade Troopers here. And it's going to be heavy Reaper drone harassment. Blackout to minimize the micro coming in from Warbringer. And Doctor's Reaper could help pile on the hurt on this Reaper here. And it will. One Ownbot just chipping down this arrival site. This is incredibly frustrating to deal with. Saucers are out. So I'm not sure why Purified built the Defiler pod. Production Walker coming out for Warbringer as well. And he lost this Reaper drone. And that's what these Blade Troopers are going to do. Just 4 Blade Troopers. I doubt we'll see more. We got a 5th one. No, we are getting a lot of Blades. Okay. Oh, that Hab Walker glyph. How is that not spotted? No! How does he not see it? How does he not see it? And now we have Blade Troopers coming for the arrival site. Surely he sees this on top of the hill. The vision range isn't that bad, surely. He doesn't see it. He doesn't have a detection drone, so he doesn't see the coloured dot. He doesn't even see it at all, otherwise Purified would be on it. Oh, Puri's got an idle Reaper here. This is bad AI here. This Hab Walker's going to be gotten away with entirely. That's not right. Nice counter Reaper harassment coming in from Purified. And it's double saucers right now. Oh my god. The Hab Walker is actually going to land, and instead of this glyph getting sniped, it's going to snipe this glyph. Blade Troopers heavily harassing the arrival site. This is dead to rights. Clones, and that will kill that very quickly now. This Walker assault needs to work out big. Warbringer's already got a Glyph Carver walking over to the left-hand side of the map, so he will have the opportunity to rebuild. He needs to drop a Walker Glyph before the arrival site dies, ideally. And then he can build the arrival site a bit later. He is destined for greatness. Kamal is out. That's a bit of a scary prospect when there's already saucers in play. And the Ownbots are there en masse to deal with the saucers. Now, double hierarchy can repair each other's units. A small weakness of hierarchy is if your teammate is not another hierarchy, you can't repair their stuff, which makes no sense, but there you go. So, they do have that advantage in this game. Warbringer's yelling that blades are coming, so we need to see a detection drone come out from Purified, really. Or maybe a couple of monoliths as well. Economy is looking really poor for Warbringer and not much better for Purified. Warbringer has 1 Reaper. Oh no. 2 Reapers. 1 Reaper. This attack needs to kill Yuno. It needs to kill Yuno, pretty much. Comes in. Gravitic turret is already down, protecting Kamal. But these Reapers should go down. Oh, that Saucer's still dead. Rip. Gravitic turret already paid itself off. You could let this die happily now. It's paid itself. Reapers are going to go down for Doctor, so we're seeing a counter cripple coming in. And... oh no, the glyph. The glyph! No, it's fine. There's so many radiation turrets, actually, that the Blade Troopers don't matter. Yeah, they're just bullied away. They can't stay. They really can't stay. Now the Walker's in, and this is scouted by the Collectors. And they know that Yuno is boxed in. They must know this. Nice Reaper drone harassment coming in from Purified. So Warbringer is crippled, but so is Yuno. Not Yuno, Doctor. And if Yuno dies here, it's definitely game. Like, if he loses, like, half his base, it's over. Doctor doesn't have... he has a Habitat Walker that's not doing anything. This is so much money that's... what's it going to do? It's going to take forever before it does anything. Doctor needs to figure out a way to help out his teammate now. He's built some turrets over here, but that doesn't do anything. Late Mirabelle. I forgot about Mirabelle entirely. Why is she only coming out now? Okay, big snipe. That's going to hit at least 2 things, I think. Oh, the Walker turned. That was probably intentional, knowing Warbringer. No infrastructure's getting crushed, though. We see Brutes coming out this time from Doctor again. So, Brutes. Okay. Robotic assembly goes down. The big prize right here is these 3 buildings. Flow gen would be very nice, but the Walker's just dead. Swarm, cell, no cell. Warbringer can't even build a Reaper drone. But he did get decent damage in on Yuno. He's walking phase tanks in here, but now he's surrounded by turrets. He needs to get out immediately. Need more aggro play than this. Yeah, I agree. All the Gravitics. Ugh. God, that's range. That range is so good. Puri is desperately trying to harass some Reaper drones. And now it's up to Purified to carry the game. Defilers are down, but Puri has a lot of money. But Novus is going to build up. And this husk being left behind is so nice for Novus. They'll hoover it up so quick. So quick. Doctor should be crushing these fuel tankers for instance. They don't know exactly how crippled Warbringer is, though. They know that he was hurt, but they didn't know it was this bad. They can't figure out that he doesn't even have an arrival site, which is only now coming up. First set of Brutes should be spawning momentarily. Yuno needs to re-establish a flow network here so that this recycling center can operate. Just put flow conduit, friend. Field inverters are out. There's not many, so this is kind of a rebuild period. Oh, the monolith reveals the Blade Troopers. Very nice. Very nice. That'll be 1 or 2 kills, maybe. If not all of them. Teleport the monolith ahead. Puri, no. No, the glyphs. The glyphs. The glyph, no, rip. Okay, not the worst. He lost 1 spitter turret glyph. Brutes are so expensive. That's the problem with them. It feels like Yuno has carried this game on his own, honestly. Doctor's not done anything. It's just... Yuno has harassed Reapers like no tomorrow. No! Oh my god. No! This is not what you want. Is he going to do it? He's doing it. Yuno might not see this. This might be just out of vision. Glyphs are funny like that. That's a lot of red there. Holy hell. The Walker's just right there. That's a lot of brutes. Yuno's getting himself re-established. He's upgrading another vehicle assembly, and soon the pumping of the field inverters will begin again. EMP is coming out as well. Yuno is getting very established. Purified is going to have to carry very hard. And here come the brutes! 7 of them! How much damage can they do? How much damage can they do? And Purified's probably laughing right now at these brutes. And this is like 7k's worth right here, plus the cost of the production walker. And they killed our Reaper drone. Oh, and not only that, they become instants for the enemy. They're probably worth like 100 or 2. I think not only did Doctor not trade cost efficiently, but I think Purified came out of that literally richer. God, these units suck. They suck. They're so bad. I want to know how much money they are after they die. Because if they're like 500 each, he fed Purified money. Purified would be very happy if they're worth that much. My guess would be 200 or 250. Warbringer's starting to get re-established slowly. Radiator artillery comes in. Significant damage. It adds up. And Purified is actually using his Reapers to hit the Habwalker. That's brilliant. I love it. Even the Monolith is lending a helping hand. All this time, though, Yuno is building back up. It's slow, because he got hit hard, but not hard enough, I think. Now Kamal is in, and Kamal's going to hit a big abduct. Oh, no. Wait. No, he can't. He'll die. He'll die if he does. Yeah, good game. The brutes did nothing. The brutes did absolutely nothing. Yuno just harassed the Reapers, and Warbringer had nothing. Okay. We're not going to watch the end of this. We're just going to move on. There we go. Let's see what the players have to say. Rough game. Nice harassment by Yuno on the Reapers. Question. How much money are those brutes worth, Purified? When they die?
800, I think.
What?
Purified 01 said 850 yay. They're really good.
850, and they cost like 1,000 each, right?
950.
Jesus! So your attack not only didn't do anything, but you actively gave him money. God. Brutes suck. They actually...
Against hierarchy, yeah. I mean, most hierarchy units suck against other hierarchy units.
Yeah, that's fair.
It does. Brutes do fuck ton of damage to the Sorry.
Purified 01 said base tax sources only.
Yeah, but as a whole, to be honest with you, sources are kind of shit anyway. If I had to go between mass monoliths and mass sources, I would rather go mass monoliths.
Okay, now you're just chatting shit. Game 3. We have a pseudo run back. This time, Warbringer has changed his race, otherwise it's quite similar overall. Let's have the dark icon for this one. Reprising the same spawns, we have Purified as the red hierarchy, and Warbringer as the orange Masari this time. They didn't want to go double hierarchy again. In the lower left, we have Doctor on the yellow hierarchy, and of course, Yuno on the dark blue Novus. Warbringer's already calling that they'll probably try to kill him. Yeah, usually a good strat. So we've seen this matchup many times at this point. I don't need to explain it again. Let's just see how it shakes up, shall we? Standard start from Purified, 2 extra Glyph Carvers, 4 Reapers. From Warbringer, we've got the anti-Mirabelle build, and from Doctor, we have the 4 Reaper start as well. For Yuno, it looks like we're going to get the Mirabelle Rush, although the start to every Novus build looks the same, to be honest, so you don't really know for sure, but it's probably Mirabelle Rush, let's be real. I'm interested to see what Doctor's going to do this time. Is he going to stick with this whole Brute memeage? And by the way, I found out that the Brute's become 850 money instants for the opponent. 850. Doctor fed Purified so much money. So much money. It was absurd. That's a lot of money. Okay. I don't see Mirabelle being trained yet. Might be a little bit early. Third recycling center coming up. You can get away with the third recycling center while having a not later Mirabelle at all, depending a little bit on your collector RNG, of course. Purified has yet to drop down a Walker glyph. This is brave. Doctor looks like he's going to be placing one soon. Probably place one in the water right here. Bit risky since there are instants, and Purified is not going for instants here. He's got one Reaper that's kind of doing it. Getting all the bins and then moving south. And these Reapers will probably meet around here. Vehicle assembly coming out for Yuno, so he's skipping Mirabelle for a minute, and it might just be mass antimatter tanks for the early game. We've got the Glyph Carver coming across to Warbringer's base, either to drop a Reaper or to drop a defensive Walker. In this matchup, I think a defensive Walker for Masari is a very, very good idea on average. We have standard Dark Surrey coming out from Warbringer, and it's not really an anti-Mirabelle build anymore. This is interesting. He hasn't heard the systems checked, so maybe that's why he stopped going for anti-Mirabelle and instead going a bit more anti-hierarchy with the spread out matter engines. It's kind of a bit of both. Doctor and his ballsy walkers. Jesus. So it's going to be an assembly walker. It's not a rush at this point. It's just not a rush. It will be an attack. Purified dropping a very defensive walker. It's an interesting position for it. And slotting his Reapers around the map safely. And he's going to drop a Reaper in the back of the base. There's not going to be a defensive walker. We have quad matter engines for Warbringer. He's usually a fan of the 3 matter engine play until a little bit later. I don't understand Yuno's build here. Oh, he's got an outpost coming out down here. Is he rushing Black Hole? He might be doing that. Figment out, it should see the Variant incoming. The Variant is going to scout ahead for Doctor's Walker. The Figment's already out looking for glyphs. But they're not going to find it because it's right in their face. This is a really good glyph spot because there's so few angles to reach it from. Oh, he's going to find it. I take it back. Light mode switch. Light mode switch. Warbringer! No! Light mode switch. Drop a mine here. It will die. Warbringer, no. You missed your opportunity. That Walker was dead to rights. It was dead to rights and Warbringer missed his opportunity. You can drop the mine here, such that it explodes on the Glyph Carver, and Walker Glyphs melt to light mines. Trust me on that. You know, expanding out very far already. And Warbringer's going to go Dark Mode to stun the Walker and buy himself some time. It's going to be a mass phase tank Walker. Guardian, yep. We need to see more turrets coming out here. We might even see Light 1 to help him fend this off. Purified's going to have to send him some saucers. Or phase tanks of his own. A wave of blue and yellow is coming over. Excellent timing on the chain stun. Buying himself the maximum amount of time possible. Variants are coming in from the side, but they don't do anything to turrets. They will just rest in peace after the Guardians shaft them. Purified sending saucers over to help his buddy. This is so smart because we see absolutely zero anti-S. They will be uncontested. Absolutely brilliant. Even though it's a Defiler and Phase Tank Walker, he's choosing to build saucers and that is very smart. Monolith comes in to reveal the Figments, but we have Spectrum Cycle anyway on Yuno with a very fast Science Center. And there's no Mirabelle. Just the straight up no Mirabelle. Maybe scared that she'll get figmented to death? I think you should still go for her, though. It's a bit of a different strat. We have an aircraft assembly coming out. 2 aircraft assemblies coming out. And Warbringer's not ready for this. Nice stun. Hits 2-1 phase tank. The Guardians will shaft everything. And Purified builds a spitter turret to help out his teammate. Quite smart. And, of course, the aforementioned sources that are wholly uncontested. There's no anti-air at all, and none will reach there anytime soon. The dervishes can get there in about 30 seconds, but you need more of them, really, otherwise they'll just get killed by the sources. Another spitter turret coming down to help. And even more sources coming in from Purified, and he's going for a counter-assault on Doctor's base. Excellent game awareness from Purified here. Realising that Doc's base is probably not very well defended. Yuno's cranking out these dervishes. They're starting to fly out. And there's no anti-air yet. We actually need to see some disciples to help fend these off. The assault is heavy and incoming. Figments are being pumped out by the dozen. And Warbringer is keeping his Avengers alive. These do significant damage. Even in dark mode, it's still non-zero. And the Figment Mines, in conjunction with the turrets from Purified and Warbringer, will fend off the Walker. But Yuno has been allowed to tech up entirely in this time. The counter-assault is coming in from Purified. And if Warbringer can get a couple of Architects out, then Masari will rebuild a bit better than Hierarchy, I think. EMP is up. And I expect Singularity, yeah, it's already up. So it means Black Hole is probably being built, I would assume, around here somewhere. But it's not currently being built. Purified has a lot of money. He's got a lot of money. He's gone mass units as opposed to a defensive Walker. And the Saucers must have done so much damage. But the Dervishes are in. And Dervishes plus EMP is excellent. Because you can EMP air units. Dervishes go whoa, 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 and everything dies. We need to see Sky Guardian finally starting to get built. But I think Disciples was the play, honestly. Now, Dervishes are nice. They do trigger the Dark Mines. But the damage is a little bit lacking. And I think Purified Saucers have completely bailed Warbringer out here. The counter-assault on Doctor's base is also quite successful. Oh, this phase tank is stuck on the... This hurts to see, man. This is 50% DPS he's losing. There we go. It figures it out. It's like a bee that's stuck against the window. You know, it's like... But he figured it out in the end. And now Doctor is facing utter annihilation. Yuno's building the black hole, and this will put the top team on a 5-minute timer to get something big done and or expand massively. I almost want to see a Sky Sari switch from Warbringer. Inquisitors do alright against Dervishes, but we won't see it. We shouldn't. But I kind of want to see it anyway. Conquerors are out. Warbringer needs to rely on Purified to carry him for a little bit. Now, Doctor's going to have to rely on Yuno to carry him for a bit. But the bottom team is the one with super weapons. And that's a big deal. Phase tank harassment coming in, trying to take out a recycling center. But not going to fly. He is destined for greatness. Kamal Rex is out, and will Purified react? Nope. Nice double abduct. Very nice. Purified should be sprinting Saucers down there, and look at that, immediately. Group of 5 Saucers going down, and Doctor, knowing this as well, running Kamal sideways, and Purified will look to intercept him. It looks like the Saucers are going to land sort of here. He's going to miss Kamal, unfortunately. Purified has 7,000. We don't see any aggressive Walkers coming out yet, and with this black hole up, it takes more than 5 minutes for a Walker to proceed. Whirling Death comes down, dealing... mediocre damage. That was very unimpressive, honestly. Warbringer is not yet Dark 4. We're seeing Matter Engine upgrades incoming. And Warbringer seriously needs to move an Architect and start building over here or something. Black Hole right now ends the game. Just pops multiple Matter Engines and wipes everything. Yuno's reaching that critical mass of field inverters, which is a very big problem. Couple of gravitic turrets coming up from Purified here. Maybe this is where his Reapers plan to go next. We need to see this arrival site taken out to set Doctor back even more. Because right now, Yuno has to play 2v1. Doctor's building a backup arrival site, so he is set back and won't be able to produce a walker for a long time. We need to see Warbringer build elsewhere. And or move the matter engines. Probably both. We have a group of 8 field inverters coming in, and Purified is going to have to bail his teammate out somehow. He has to. These field inverters are going to kill Warbringer straight up. There's the bubble. And this is probably Viral 3. Saucer harassment coming in, but it doesn't do anything. There's too many dervishes for that. Oh, he sniped the arrival site glyph. Oh! If he gets Doctor's Glyph Carver... He didn't. He didn't. If he got that, then that Doc would have been on a timer, and his only contribution would be Kamal and some Reaper drones. Trying to build the arrival site once again. And we can't see them, but these field inverters are doing absolute work. Purified needs to rotate something now. Dervishes are actually retreating for some reason, probably to protect Doctor's arrival site. Warbringer's begging for help. And this is why we need to see Architects run away. Conquerors are not going to do it. EMP as well. Oh, good measure. Purified question marking. Dervishes are flying back out now the glyph is actually starting to gain health. We need Architects to run away, Warbringer. You can't leave them in the base, man. Look at this force. I can't tell if these are Viral 3 shields. They're not Viral 3 by the looks of it. Whirling Death, nice positioning. That will do significant damage. Kills an Architect. Kills 2 Architects. Excellent Whirling Death from Yuno there. Counter harassment coming in from Purified once again. And he's going for magnets! He's going for magnets! And if Warbringer can survive, Purified will surprise Yuno entirely. We need Zessus to teleport some Architects out. That's what we need. But there's no escape. There is an escape. He's going to get away. He needs to rebuild. And it's going to be mostly a 1v1 for a while. Doctor's finally dropping an assembly glyph. And I can't see the money for Doctor and Yuno. I'd love to see it right now, but I just have no idea. These Architects have successfully escaped, and we need to see rebuilding happen immediately, because this base is so dead. It's so dead. Warbringer, you have to build something. Now, field inverters don't have as insane a damage modifier against buildings as they do vehicles and dark matter armor, but they still hurt like crazy. Yuno should be positioning these field inverters such that they pierce. So position one here and shoot this one, and it'll pierce through and go through the knowledge vault. That's optimal damage. Warbringer's bringing in Figments to delay the push to give himself more time to build up. And these Magnet Walkers... It's going to win the game. This team is not prepared. Unless both of these walkers come down and they're both combat walkers. If they're unit walkers, production walkers, they die. If they're combat walkers, they will win the fight against science walkers. Peacebringer! He actually managed to get a Peacebringer out. It's not going to do too much, but it's going to do something. Another bubble. Need to retreat these Avengers, even Figment Avengers. Yeah, he's moving them. He's trying to make them escape. Maybe even distract field inverters to chase them or something. That black hole is a ticking. It's 1 minute and 15 seconds before it gets used somewhere. And it might just be used on the Magnet Walkers. And Magnet Walkers against EMP is rough, man. Now, Purified has been harassing very effectively this whole time. He's basically been untouched. And this is up to Warbringer to just hold in there. He doesn't need to win, he needs to hang in there. It is an Assault Walker. This is a Combat Walker, which means that these Magnet Walkers are going to be Less effective for certain. Warbringer is rebuilding. If he can get the full rebuild, then Purified and Warbringer are in a very good position to win the game, because Doctor's economy is... well, it's one of the economies of all time, I'll tell you that. It seems like Yuno's assault has petered out, in no small part because of Purified's harassment. Dervish snagged, and this should yell to these guys that there is now Magnet Walker. Did Purified deliberately micro that away so it died? I doubt it. Late Mirabelle, but a good Mirabelle nonetheless, especially great against these Magnet Walkers, because she can't be mind controlled, of course, and she can snipe it down. Is it Dark 4? I can't tell. No, it isn't Dark 4. Warbringer's building his backup citadel already. He could have gotten away with more matter engines, but there's nothing too wrong with this. Black Hole is up, and Purified has very intelligently split his Magnet Walkers. And he's taking Doc's Reapers. Oh, that's so rough. That is rough. Look at that flowing Dervish. What? What is that? What's it doing? That was hilarious. Kamal's coming in to do something, and this is a fun fact. You can magnet control Kamal's attack. It's so funny. Warbringer's saying, try to save my base. I don't think he can. I think he's kind of committed to this. Now, Assault Walker will beat Mag Walker, but this is about hurting Yuno, not Doctor. These Reapers are going to do significant damage, and they will harvest some money for Purified as well. Not much, but a little bit. EMP to cancel the magnet. Doesn't do too much there, to be honest. Probably better off EMPing this one, to be honest. This attack will not win the game, I think. But it will delay the game. Yuno is nuking down Warbringer's base slowly, but he must know Warbringer's rebuilding. It's going to take a while for Warbringer to have impact again, though. Magnet Walkers putting on some pressure, but are they really better than just attack walkers? Not convinced. Doctor very smartly not killing his own Reaper drones. He knows that he'll get them back a bit later. And Purified's attack is just going to peter out. What's he controlling? A field inverter that's flowing away. What is this? That's such a weird bug. I'm going to assume that's a bug. Science Walkers can crush. Oh, Walker stuck. Rip. That could have gotten important crushes, to be honest. Yuno might be forced to just drop the black hole somewhere he doesn't want to. He might just have to drop the black hole here and run Mirabelle away. Because if he doesn't, it's going to get crushed. Yeah, rip this Walker. Yuno's going to have to use it on something, but he doesn't see anything. He's just going to have to drop it here. He's going to have to drop it. Just use it. No, he's not used it. That's so bad. That's so rough for him. Warbringer's getting the Machina up. Do we have a Knowledge Vault? We don't. So he's going to be stuck producing Figments for a little while. He is getting built back up, though. There's the Knowledge Vault. Doctor is... he has a couple of Assault Walkers. Purified is going for it again. Really? I'm not convinced, mate. I'm really not convinced. This one's still going, though. Maybe I'm wrong. This is the problem with magnets in the mirror. The Assault Walkers just beat Magnet Walkers by design. Because there's nothing to magnet. And it's interesting that some of Warbringer's stuff was actually just left behind. So he didn't actually need to build this citadel. We could have gotten away with so much more infrastructure. This could have easily been his knowledge vault already, plus like another machina or a knowledge vault upgrade. But I don't blame him for trying to get it down in advance either. He probably wanted the architects anyway, so actually no, I'm wrong. This was better. He needed to spawn architects. This Science Walker just isn't dying. And it's just a pain in the ass. Oh my god, is it going to crush the EMP as well? EMP's up in 45 seconds. I think this Science Walker is actually going to crush the EMP as well. Warbringer's pinging up there. He's saying he's going to kill with Figments, so he probably wants Purified to provide support with the phase tanks, but it's so hard to hit a stun on a Spectrum-cycled Novus. It's so hard. Meanwhile, down here, the Science Walker is still on its merry way. Puri, no, you need to crush the EMP. Oh, he's not looking. Rip. Rip. There's the stun, and Yuno wasn't looking. Is this enough damage? With a light mode switch, maybe. I don't think it's enough damage. And because Puri is looking there, he is not crushing the EMP. He did crush a vehicle assembly. That might be better, question mark? Dunno. Mirabelle is not going to die to this. Light mode switch, and she might have. No, he's not microing her well. I think light mode switch does kill her there with the boosted Guardian. No, she just... He didn't force March order that. And this Science Walker distracted Doc's Walker here. Another Magnet Walker's going south. Doctor's gotten re-established. Is this overclocked dervishes? I can't... No, it's not. There's no way. Purified now has the mass drop. And this is interesting. The teams have kind of migrated to each other's bases. Is Yuno rebuilding the black hole? He is. It's very slow, though. The Citadel is slowly going down. It's not Dark 4 yet. I kind of want to just see a sell on this stuff, to be honest. Whirling Death. Whirling Death is only really good in, again, when you're hitting multiple things. I suppose that was kind of efficient. I don't know. Warbringer's getting re-established. He's building Sky Guardians. I like it. This is to deal with the dervishes. Mostly so they don't scout where his knowledge vault is. Kind of want to see Warbringer build some stuff here as well. Oh, don't get shot by the Sky Guardian. Oh, that's a big hit. Sky Guardians hurt, man, even in dark mode. They're really good at their job. All the anti-air in this game is good at his job, actually. Dervishes are flying over. Even a Sky Guardian coming down here. Excellent, diligent Sky Guardian placement by Warbringer. The Magnet Walker's coming down and... Oh, no. Yuno's not ready. Oh, he's going to steal all of it. Oh, he just flowed out just in time. Just in time. But how do they kill it if they're not punching it with field inverters? This matter engine's going to go down. Using the arc of the Dervish's flight to drop the bombs that will explode afterwards so they're not in range. Actually, do they just outrange anyway? I think they do. Yeah, they do. Vertigo is here. Vertigo here. And yeah, Yuno can't do anything. Field inverters can technically outrange this, but it's tight. It's really tight. It's like maybe a Peacebringer's width extra space. Black hole is up, and now that they've seen that super weapon ping, Puri might just be making a beeline to it. But he's going to hit so much infrastructure. And the dervishes are handily dealt with by Warbringer's excellent Sky Guardian decision-making. Well, the antimatter bombs from the dervishes is big. Moves one in, instantly dead. I think Warbringer should sell these turrets for money. He sat on 100 and odd. This right here is about like another 50. Might get him a Peacebringer. Dervishes finally get the matter engine. Oh, he loses a couple in the process, though. That's rough. Magnet Walker is trying to crush the infrastructure. How is that not crushed? Excuse me? The leg is inside. How is that not crushed? Doctor's trying to make a desperate assault with these walkers, but it's going to be a bit slow. They will be quite effective if they get there, because it's Sky Guardians and not regular Guardians, and this won't be scouted easily. First field inverter is mind-controlled here. And it's not the stupidest play for Doctor to abduct this, to be honest. Kamal's running away. Oh no, he's going to steal... Wait, can you mind-control a detection drone? Nice abduct. Very good abduct. Steals the detection drone. That's funny. Doctor has no mini-map while this is going on. Doctor's assault walkers have to do a lot. Where's it going? Where's it going? It needs to go left. Doctor, what you doing? No. Another magnet walker. Yuno didn't expect it there. That's a lot of dervishes. Warbringer's pinging a idle reaper. Even the best players have idle reapers because they just stop doing their job. Sometimes they just stop. It's so dumb. Pure, you need to micro these dervishes. Or is he planning to just deliberately let them kill each other? No, he's microing them. Oh, but they fly in such a wide arc that they kind of lose the magnet. They fly very weirdly. Yuno's trying to rebuild. EMP goes off on the magnet walker. Where did that EMP go? Eh? Oh, it EMP'd this magnet walker. Funny that it's still magneting the detection drone. And now the dervishes are going to be hitting the combat walker. The Peacebringers are out. We need to see his Avengers retreated. Excellent play. And oh my word, look at this army of phase tanks. Look at that army. Jesus. And phase tanks hurt. With Quantum 3, that's a 45% damage increase on the baseline phase tank. And look at this. He changes... No, he's going back. I thought he was changing targets to optimize his damage. Yeah, that can be largely ignored now. Mass drop comes down from Purified to hit this combat walker. Kind of nice. But it's mostly just giving Novus money to harvest, so I don't know. Not keen on it. First walker is sold. Purified did lose a lot of phase tanks in that defense, and this walker has a long way to go yet. More assembly glyphs coming down, but I feel like we're starting to reach the point in the game where it becomes very slow and difficult to acquire money, and Masari starts to take over. Now, Warbringer has to build up another base again. He asks where the black hole is, and Purified takes an educated guess. He's very close, within a screen's length. This Kamal has been excellent for Doctor. And this other magnet walker. It's just so slow to deal with them. Because Yuno doesn't want to deal with them. It's so difficult. And he's keeping Doctor's assault walkers pinned, essentially. Buying time for his Masari teammate to do the Masari thing. Or we have a Zessus play. I didn't even hear. I would be honoured. He's only just come up, so... He's not been around long. I can tell by the reduced DMA. Vertigo is out, trying to get some Reaper harassment in. This is good. This walker will assassinate this Reaper drone as well. Purified has a lot of money still. Oh, he's virused, so viral shutdown should be incoming soon. Warbringer's asking him to scout. How can he scout? Monoliths. Sell? Sell? No, he doesn't sell. He's kind of feeding money with not selling these walkers. But Purified's... I think Hierarchy is his least played faction, so it kind of makes sense. Viral shutdown. Nice. And we might see that comboed of the abduct. No, Kamala's going to back up his walker. Doctor wants to make a big splash right over here. This Magnet Walker is not getting to achieve so much. It might win the fight here, though, thanks to the Dervish. Now, you can't use the abilities of mind-controlled units, otherwise Purified would 100% click Whirling Death here, because it would hit so many hard points. Warbringer's now made the play. Where's Zessus? Did he use teleport, or did he just walk them in? I missed it. Oh, nice abduct, hitting 2 Peace Bringers. I don't know where Zessus is. Did Zessus die? All these figments are hunting Kamal. I think Zessus died already. Purified is pinging the Walker, but Warbringer wants this Kamal. A lot of infrastructure is being hit right now, but Black Hole is a problem again. Warbringer needs to migrate south more. And the Eternal coming out for Purified? No, it's coming out for Doctor. Orlok is excellent against these Magnet Walkers, of course. No, don't crash now, game. Don't do it. This is an excellent game. I don't want to see a crash. Okay. Vertigo died. How? What happened? Well, backup Knowledge Vault is being built by Warbringer. This is smart. Matter Controller being built here, but this Walker will absolutely say no to that. He's trying to kill Kamal with 2 Figments. That is not going to fly, friend. Oh my god, it's getting in there, but the viral shutdown, stunning the Walker. And they really aren't... Do they not see the black hole? And now... What is... Yuno going to black hole, though? Face tanks are in. No, big abduct. Oh, this Kamal is just getting so much done. So painful. If Warbringer had just been more patient, he would have been able to combo the Figments of the face tanks and kill Kamal. No, Warbringer, you need to sell this. He's doing okay for Eco right now, but that was just an unnecessary loss. We might even see the black hole here on the Matter Conduit. Purified has a lot of money still. And the Walker dies just before it crushes. Oh my word. And I think this was unsold again. Which Novus will just vacuum up. Don't crash. No. The game's so good. Okay. We're still good. Kamal died to the Peace Bringers. That's finally. Doc's trump card is down. I feel like this is trying to bait Yuno into black holing here. And I think he should. Just to get the cooldown ticking. The southern migration continues. Yeah, I agree with this. He probably yelled to Doc, sell your Walker. I'm going for this. And I agree with it. It's not perfect, but it gets the cooldown ticking and you're not finding a better one for a little while. That was pretty good. That was good as far as black holes go. Puri's production walker is out, so he'll either have to sell this or just run it in to die. More magnet walkers are being built. I'm a scan. So he's probably going to start using detection drones to start scanning. That doesn't work. What? I don't know what he's referring to. I apologize. Yuno's just building recycling centers everywhere, trying to get money, and that suggests to me he doesn't have money. Puri's still sat on 6k, and harvesting more. There's a lot of money to be had still. I don't see scans. Does Warbringer... Oh, he still has Zessus. So Purified was going to scan so that Zessus could teleport, but there is a problem with that, and that is... You can't see teammates' scans. Only the player that used the scan gets to see it. We need to see these Avengers rebuilt. This has been an incredible game. Both sides showing extreme resilience. Purified spots this constructor, micro the sources. Every little kill counts. Constructor flows out. Why does Purified see this? Maybe he scanned it with a detection drone, and that would have revealed it. That would make sense. If he just saw something flow, that means there's a flow conduit. A couple of Peace Bringers are going in. And it's evident... Oh, we got the Science Squawk coming down for Doctor now. Is he going to counter Magnets, or is he going to Visops? I think this is Visops. Viral shutdown. I think that's mostly for the Peace Bringers or something. Dunno. Oh, very nice. Purified scanned with a detection drone. Because there's no Visops. There's no Visops. He's Quantum 4. And he was able to super weapon to cancel the glyph. And then Warbringer teleported in as well. This is beautiful. And Zessus is at the back here, nice and tucked away, very hard to punish. And I think this is the killing blow. The black hole goes down, the infrastructure's going down, Zessus is going to get out, and the Magnet Walker is incoming. And Purified's strategy of protecting his Reapers has really worked out. Orlok is just stuck from tractor beams. Mana's too slow. He's too slow. He's too slow. Yuno desperately rebuilding, but it's too much. It's game over. Absolutely 100% game over. Doctor was unable to get his Visops Walker out. And that was an excellent play from that team. Just scan, super weapon, cancel the glyph, get the teleport in after the monolith, gives the vision, everything dies. And I don't know what the tale of the game is. It was just good plays all round, and Warbringer and Purified came out on top. Purified's style of just production and mag walkers, very, very effective. And of course, with Yuno dead, it's only a matter of time before Doctor crumbles. Purified's magnet walkers suddenly aren't that good. Because nothing to mind control, right? Oh, this is sad. Doctor's powerful walker. He has to respec to arc turrets just to stop his mass driver being burned down. I guess I'm making you watch the cleanup. Feels bad, man. Warbringer's looking for another teleport play. Something you can do is just teleport your Avengers back to base, rebuild them, and then with the next teleport them into the fight. Yeah, just systematically take down everything. I wouldn't be surprised to see Purified switch to Visops just to secure the game. Yeah, he switched to Assault Walkers now because there's no point going for Magnets. It might even just be a Production Walker again, but Magnets in the mirror, yeah. But they worked here because Yuno couldn't deal with them and it kept Doctor's Assault Walkers tied up. Yuno doesn't have much practice against Mind Walkers. You can, it's very hard to do, but Novus can outrange them with field inverters and amplifiers, so they have counterplay, especially with EMP. Yeah. Doctor's just delaying the inevitable. It's very cleanly over. Yeah, it's another production walker from Purified. And Purified, if not a single Assault Walker, will take the game along with Warbringer. Magnet Walkers did work. You can't fault them. They were able to just get deep and crush things. And that's normally not what you see them used for, but it worked. And Doctor forfeits. Thank you. Excellent game from all sides. That was an absolute treat to cast. Wow. Let's see what the players have to say, shall we? Let's see the victory screen, actually. I want to see the economy. Yeah. That's interesting. Great game. That was an absolute treat to cast. That was a treat. Sick plays on everyone's part.
Well, that's going to be the hell of a YT, I hope. Warbringer said, I am so sad that I didn't kill Docs Walker. Scouted it. Purified 01 said, Docs Walker got so far LMAO. Warbringer said, but light mines don't activate.
They don't unless you do it near the glyph carver.
TNAKS kept failing.
So a small
I completely forgot about that thing.
a small criticism of your early game Warbringer is with the Figment, if you'd gone to light mode, moved it excuse me, moved it next to the glyph carver and dropped the light mine, that would have detonated it, and light mines destroy glyphs. Absolutely murder them. Because he had his glyph carver near the
Warbringer
thing.
said, yeah, that was the intention.
You're a bit slow on it, that's all. But that would have been a much easier game if you had sniped that. But that was an absolute treat, just sick plays all around. I didn't expect the mine magnets to do as much work as they did.
Purified 01 said, I think we played it off well.
Oh yeah, it was good plays on everyone's part.
Those fucking
If I
mag
got rushed,
walkers.
we in trouble.
I was gonna say then they wasn't even effective. They were just annoying, but no, they were effective because they were keeping
Mag
my
walkers,
walkers
great
back.
distraction, lol.
Exactly.
Warbringer said, it crippled me so hard in early that I didn't have any tech.
Exactly, because it's so hard for Novus to deal with it.
Got Warp Gina back.
And your
Warbringer
assault
said,
walkers were just stuck
and
there.
Yuno just gets fies.
Yeah, field inverters can outrange the magnets, but it's very much playing on the edge, and I think it's only like a Peacebringer's width, the extra range they have over magnets. With range enhancers, of course. It's not much. There's very little leeway, and a tiny bit of bad pathing and you just lose your army.
Purified 01 said, need amps with cascade to break range enhances. Then it's easy to handle.
I don't think that's... I mean, yeah, that helps. That's good, but it's only barely outranging. But excellent game. Absolute treat. Well played to everyone.
They do enough DPS, I think.